More of the same. Nothing really wrong with their drafting, is there?
The puck was really key. You mentioned that he should be on a blink initiator, and you can see exactly why. He is excellent on these sort of heroes. The Omni Knight that he farms a little bit, farms a lot on. I'm not as big of a fan of. I don't think you are either, Lacoste.
No.
It's just more the ones that can just get in there and set things up. I think his cores just need one that plays like that, because I don't think that Faith in Kaka or his other two cores are selfless. Like Mugi and SSC, they're not really going to go in and die for their team as often.
Lacoste is usually happy if we don't see a Bane and we do see a Shadow Demon.
Yeah, we might see a Shadow Demon. I don't think we're going to see any Bane. I think teams started not to pick him anymore because they realized there are so much better heroes than him. I don't ever think he was that strong, to be honest. There's the Puck ban.
Yep. That destroyed.
Yeah, also Bounty Hunter, why he's banned all the time. Not just for him being Bounty Hunter, but because of the chicken. He can just, chicken changes, he can one-shot it if he has level 2 Shadow Walk.
Yeah, it's annoying.
We see some clutch plays using the shield on Courier.
That was awesome. I did like seeing that. Man, when I took a quick glance at Radiant side, I thought I saw some webs. I was like,
You're now seeing Brood everywhere.
Yeah. It was just the grass.
It was. Omni banned by Newbee this time.
So that was Beastmaster banned out in the last game that we saw. The Brew didn't actually seem that strong. I don't know. Brew plus...
Because he was shut down in the laning stage, you want to have that Blink Dagger early on. It was kind of delayed in the previous game.
Kind of wanted to go Radiance, saw it on a quick buy, and then...
They already had Radiance on Brood Mother, so I guess he would change it, but that's kind of a usual build on Brood if you have a good time. Maybe there's still Brew.
Okay.
First phase sinking, I think would actually be pretty decent for Newbee too. I really like that for Kaka. I think it's one of his better ones. Earth Spirit's also open. That was banned out in phase 1. I guess you probably take it away. I think that's Catsword's one of his best heroes.
5 seconds remaining.
But at the same time, they can also just pick one or the other, right? Maybe you don't need to take either because you'll get one of or in the second pick.
What do you think about Team Kinguin's Earth Spirit? I was not impressed in that game when they were tri-laning 3 versus 3 Doom, Disruptor, and Earth Spirit. He was missing so many spells.
Yeah. Team pick.
I mean, they weren't easy to hit. It was like level 1. He's not like, he's actually static in lane. How many times have we actually seen an Earth Spirit like static in lane? So it was like very easy to know where he's. Most of the time, he's running around. He's coming from the trees. He's coming from over the cliffs. So I think that even though he missed a lot of the spells that game, I don't really like that.
That's true. But if you have 3 heroes, then you can actually hit 1. Huh?
The zoning rolling boulder.
Yeah.
Nice. I like this pick more than the sinking just because you're taking. I think they're sort of interchangeable.
Is that what? Is that Kinguin open now? With they go back for the Sankey.
Dire team pick.
Nice Sucker's also still.
Oh, Beastmaster too.
Beastmaster was banned. Good lord.
Yeah, because most of the teams against the Kinguin, they ban out the Lone Druid in the second stage. So we might expect or Newbee maybe even get a Tide Hunter if they want to play that, or just get a Queen of Pain. Okay, Queen of Pain is banned. Maybe get a Razor as well for them. So I don't think it's going to survive the second stage. Well, Witch Doctor really great in the laning stage against the Beastmaster, against that board, the extra stun duration plus the bounce. Really good laner against the Beastmaster. Also Maledict against the Spirit Bear as well.
And Kaskar also pretty good overall.
10 seconds
also just
remaining.
A solid position 5 for Faith. Cores always want their heroes picked later.
5 seconds remaining.
Not Queen.
Kinguin has a lot of vision already with the Spirit Bear, the Boar, the Hawk. maybe Necros if he wants to build it. Necro 3 kind of seems to be fallen off for the Beastmaster build. It's more of a, like, get a medallion, then get a book 1, maybe get a blink after that.
I think if you're having a really good game, you can go Negro.
Yeah.
If you can get it in like 15, 16 minutes, then by all means. But yeah, I do like the other items, 2,000 gold items. Seem a little bit more flexible. You're not always going to have a game.
Tiny fate ban this time.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think they would have turned to a draw strat?
I don't think so. Why?
Remaining.
Witch Doctor and
Yeah, that's why I'm wondering. I was like, that doesn't, why would they ban Drow?
they have
remaining.
Nerd Spirit. I mean, you can always turn into Drow strat with the last 3 picks. But
Is that
I mean-
possibly because of something Kinguin want to pick?
This one, I don't really think Drow counters that many. I think it counters like super greedy lineups I can lose. But I definitely don't think that King would have that sort of. Maybe
I don't know, maybe they're thinking they need that 20 minute to build up the Radiance. If the game is not going well when you're playing Lone Druid, you can just switch the range build.
Turn to ban.
I guess they just banning out some gap closers as well in the terms of getting close to Lone Druid, Phantom Lancer, one of the carriers that can actually get close to him pretty quickly.
they let that one
10
better one.
seconds remaining.
Slark. I think Mugi actually plays a pretty fine Slark.
Anyone
5
wanna run a
seconds remaining.
sniper?
Who doesn't?
Underpicked sniper, in my opinion.
Yeah. I like the hero. His talents are like, man.
Yeah, it's been very effective.
Yeah,
here.
that shrapnel plus damage, one of the
So,
shittiest
that is
ones.
one of the worst talents in the game. I'd rather have like 5 strength. Okay, maybe not 5, but you get my point. Yeah, I'm all about the Slark here. Good versus Lone Druid, good versus Beast. Plays it well. AA band out. It's good to me.
10 seconds remaining.
There's not that many heroes that can get on top of Lone Druid. You have a lot of trouble dealing.
5 seconds remaining.
And then Lifestealer is okay versus the Lone Druid, but it's not great because there's a master in the pool. Or in the game, rather. Let's get roared up.
Get an opening with the off lane and call it safe lane or rather mid one. Depends what they want to go for with the Lone Druid.
Yeah, they like to do that. Show their cores. It's a much different philosophy than. I wonder if Newbee are going to draft something to counter the vision from the Beastmaster. Night Stalker, we haven't actually seen win all that much, though he
Newbee.
still
Turn to pick.
Clock, one of the ways to deal with him, but it doesn't kill the Hawk anymore. Well, Newbie might go for a Gyro, not a bad pick here against all of these summons. And the Tidehunter is still in the pool if they want to go for that, which I think it suits them.
Yeah,
10
Gyro was
seconds
banned out second
remaining.
phase last time.
For the mid
5
hero, it's going to be a
seconds.
clock
Team
4, so they might pick something like a DP Medusa. Okay, something that doesn't care about ganks from Clockwork. You pretty much always see Queen of Pain or Puck. Also, Sniper might be the one. Natural Sniper, nice. Natural
Nice.
4-staff carrier.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, they don't actually have any
5
4-staff carriers.
seconds
I guess
remaining.
Mugi can build one. What do you build now after Diffuse?
Newbees. Turn to pick.
I would still go for Diffusal, I guess.
Fair enough.
Dealer galore.
Very commonly picked up versus Weaver.
Maybe a Dragonlance, you can upgrade it later on to Pike, which is great against the Clock, against the Bear.
10 seconds remaining.
Good versus both.
5 seconds remaining.
Would you prefer a 4-staff / Pike carrier as your mid laner if you're SCC? Not that many. There's what, like OA?
I mean, they can still go for a DP, he does
Dire
not
team
care
back.
about the
That's true.
Clockwork as well.
Good point.
There's the offlaner I was talking about. But on the other side, you have a Rubik now, so it kind of is a good Rubik game, besides the Earth Spirit. Because whatever you steal from Earth Spirit is pretty much garbage.
10 seconds remaining.
I guess it's slightly easier to steal Ravage now with the speed decrease, but now you're always going to get hit by Ravage. Is that worth?
You get hit, but he has more time.
Yeah.
Huh? It takes more time for Ravage to hit you.
The travel speed is, I think, slightly slower. I think I'd rather have it the other way.
10 seconds remaining.
If you're playing Rubik, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
5
You don't want
seconds
to get
remaining.
Ravage. All right. Last hero banned out. Death Prophet. Costs on it. Their 5-man is way better than Kinguin.
Turn to pick.
But at the same time, they don't really have a good way to right-click towers right now. At all.
Sniper.
Sniper could be decent. I don't think you ban out Razor, though, if you
banned, isn't it?
I don't know. I'm still down with OD. 4-staff carrier, although it doesn't hit towers. I think it's also really
what
good
about
versus
OD
the bear.
with Deso? It hits towers.
Woohoo.
I mean, you don't. It's not an orb anymore.
Amazing.
Huh?
Amazing.
Theory crafting at
the
finest.
And then you get more int with Arcane Orb, so you hit harder with your Deso.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
About TB.
TB's not a hero that we see SEC put. It would be good versus the lineup.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
It'd just be completely out of the ordinary. If it were like Liquid or something like
Medusa can still work, huh?
yeah.
She does not care about the clock.
Doesn't care about bees. Care about
Late
Rubik.
game secured as well.
Might be a little bit slow though. I don't know.
I mean, if Weaver builds into Dragonlance and Diffusal, they have enough fight.
Storm Spirit.
Oof.
I was thinking about it, but
I didn't
against
expect them to
the
pick it.
against the Beastmaster and the double Savage Roar plus Rubik,
There's a lot of control for it.
yeah,
But it is late game secure. I
10
don't know.
seconds
It does seem pretty
remaining.
difficult. Like pretty much all the heroes have decent spell.
5 seconds remaining.
So Kinguin can still go for. I'm not sure that Lone Druid against the Storm Spirit is the best matchup on a mid, so they need something against the Storm on mid.
What are the matchups that you like?
They need something that that is active early on because they have a Lone Druid, so they have super late game secured with it. So they need to fight with something.
Anti-mage.
Choose your hero.
Okay, that's not not the same thing I was thinking, but all right.
A very unusual draft. Art.
Anti-Mage has
mean-
lost like every single game
Yeah,
that I've seen.
it
of him.
feels like he has. I'm not sure if that's better out, but it certainly felt that way.
But I think he has two good matchups. One, I mean, it's like decent versus Storm and it's decent versus Medusa, and he's up against one.
Okay.
Are they going to actually lane up versus him?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a mid
Okay,
anti-mage.
alright. Are you on
Fro-
board? Are you on board with the anti-mage team? Are
No.
you thinking?
Anti-mage is that transition from hero to zero with 2 patches.
Yeah.
The latest ones.
He's at 0.
Okay. So who are you both going with?
I'll go with
Sure. Let's do
Newbee's
it.
lineup.
Anti-mage.
Anti-mage.
Anti-mage. I
Yeah.
like it. Heard what the boys say. Let's find out what the teams say because it's down to them to find out whether Kinguin draw things level or whether Newbee advance on to the upper bracket final. Let's return back to our commentary team for game number 2.
The beginning of this draft looked like a repeat. The matchup that we saw, Kinguin versus Newbee in the group stage, where we're going to have a Lone Druid matchup against Newbee. But this time around, they banned the Draw Ranger. So I was like, okay, we're going to see a difference. They thought the Lone Druid was still good. They got Draw Ranger strategied. All right, we're going to adapt. We're going to ban the Draw Ranger. And instead, it's not about the Lone Druid at all. It ends up becoming about a Storm versus an Anti-Mage.
Classic matchup.
In mid
for battle.
as well,
Yes.
apparently.
Super classic matchup. Every time an AM loses a game, though, my heart grows like 8 sizes bigger. And not only my heart, Austin.
You mean every single time he loses versus Storm, right?
Yes, because, all right, so there was this like principle before. What was it? Which TI was it? TI6, the one that Wings won.
Yeah.
Where apparently they had this idea: if you play Storm into AM, you lost.
Yeah.
Like, it was nearly unwinnable.
Yep.
Because no matter how hard you scale as a Storm, don't give me this
hits one
nonsense
button.
about this, like, you get an Orchid, because he naturally builds Manta around the same time. So
Yep.
it's a really miserable matchup for Storm. And if you have to commit your entire mana pool to, like, get the real damage with Storm going, and you just get mana voided. Oh, it's miserable. There's so many things that suck about this matchup. And he gets an Abyssal, so BKB doesn't even... It's like every time you go one way, he just, like, he cuts in front of you.
You zig. He zigs too.
Yeah. But I think right now, if AM doesn't win this matchup, like, I don't even know what to say about that hero.
Guaranteed trash. If he can't beat a Storm Spirit, is that what you're saying? Like, he's the bottom of the bottom.
Austin, I love my boy, and nothing will stop that. But he is very weak in this matchup. It's not fun. It
Okay,
hurts.
but what about the fact that we do have kind of, like, we have both a Lone Druid and an Anti-Mage on the same team, and it's not even like they've got a super fast offlaner. They've got a Beastmaster. He needs some farm, too. Like, we take the hero matchups out of it. Surely there's got to be some problems with running some of these heroes on the same team for Kinguin.
Oh, for sure. And I think aside from the Anti-Mage, it is a very good Storm game.
Okay.
Like, they were saying that Beastmaster's really good against Storm, but I kind of disagree. Like, once you get Lincolns, you're pretty much unkillable. Like, the Beastmaster will never be able to jump you. And the vision advantage is negated by the fact that you can fly in as a literal living embodiment of, like, the thunder.
Just turn into Thor and zip-zop
Yeah,
in.
you just zoop and move on in. What are you supposed to do against that as a Beastmaster?
Oh, look, guys, I saw the ball. Oh, God.
You control a Hawk.
Oh, thrown into the cogs. KP right-clicks his way out of there, but doesn't actually want to take the cog burn.
Yeah. And as far as the Anti-Mage goes, though, this is a pretty good AM game, though, aside from the obvious Storm matchup. As at bottom, Petos is going to get right-click down.
There's not a whole lot of control for this AM.
Yeah, there's the Tide Ravage, but blowing it, it's not a whole lot of damage on top of that. Like,
Yeah.
the Weaver doesn't match up well against the AM. Like,
Yeah.
it is a sick AM game. From my knowledge, AM beats both Storm and Weaver as the game goes on, but it feels like we're never getting to that point anymore.
Yeah, the game, they just end up getting run over before we actually see the AM fully online. And that is entirely possible, right? Because Newbee, they may have the Storm Sphere, but that's the slowest hero of their group. They've got a Weaver. He's relatively fast, going to come online soon. They're going to be able to take towers pretty quickly because it's a Weaver. I'm not sure how early we're going to be seeing a Desolator, but he's still going to be a good single target damage. Oh, look at those Wild Axes. Keep stacking it up. Dude, the fact that Wild Axes stacked was super silly when it first happened. Battery Rune, we're going to play around with that one. Kaka is going to be tossed back in Lisach, but they don't have the Battery Assault, but they do have the Cogs. He's trying to see if he can get a Cog catch here and not push him out. Does manage to get him. So he'll get more right-click time. Does stand in front of him, doesn't actually get out. He's going to be able to get through the Cogs and gets burned in the process, so he's actually going to be fine. I can't believe, I thought Lisach was on top of him. I thought he was not going to be able to roll out of those.
Thought he'd get him, but only level 1, does have boots available, and this is okay right now. It's forcing the one-on-one matchup for both sides. Is benefiting Storm, though, in the early go of it as Lisach in mid.
Oh, no.
Misses out on the Cogs.
That's
He's
what you hate to
cop
see.
some hits.
Especially with the double damage Storm.
Yeah. It's level 3, by the way, and he's level 1. Like, he needs to sit somewhere and get XP right now. Also, he's out of mana, so even if he does roam somewhere, it's not going to be easy.
Yeah.
Like, there's this timing window where the Storm can die to the Clockwork, but as soon as you hit 6, I think it's going to be really hard for them to kill SECC.
The roll into mid lane. Exotic Deer is going to comp some damage to actually turn around and start hitting Myzik Serenki, apparently is the name of this bear. Now, Lisach does manage to get the kill on KP. Looks like they did manage to grab them with the telekinesis into Cogs combination again.
Yeah. Didn't catch that one, guys. Sorry.
Are you apologizing for Scriff?
I mean, I'm really focusing on this mid lane.
Yeah, me too.
This is the only thing I'm ever biased about. Like, I love Storm games so much.
Teams don't matter. It's only Storm Spirit that matters.
I only care my blue boy. I only want him to have success. What's so wrong about that? Actually, I kind of don't, because the more he loses...
Yeah, the better he's going to be in your pods.
Exactly. They're going to say, we need to revert that Kaya change.
I would not be too surprised if that happens. Our Beastmaster is getting routinely zoned out, but he is getting enough, I think, out of his lane. It'll get better over time. Witch Doctor is a really good hero versus Beastmaster, so this is kind of why the lane is suffering a bit.
Not just that, like Weaver is one of the best anti-offlaners in the game.
Oh god.
The only hero that matches up okay against him is like really annoying to play against Spat Rider. But aside from that, like Sakuchi allows you to gap close. You almost get free harassment every time on Geminate.
Yeah, you get the bugs on him, and it's like, what did he do?
He dies really fast.
Oh, well, Elisash managed to catch bait. They are going to roll inside. Oh, no, Kaka actually went outside of the cogs, so he's not able to help tank the battery assault. Now, Elisash not able to get away. Barely able to get that kill from Mugi, but he's going to be underneath the tower. Kaka just turns and fights against Peso as much as possible because they do have the bugs on him. So it's going to be Mugi picking up a double kill, and he's still going to be able to focus on Katsor here. He doesn't have a whole lot of Shukuchi time to play with here. It's just now coming up. The Katsor is able to juke him through the trees, and Mugi not interested in pursuing past the tower.
Yeah, mid lane
Rolling onto mid lane. Oh,
that's
instant
timing.
feared, but he's still going to be able to close the distance with the Witch Doctor cask follow up with the kick with the Maledict on top of that. They only need a little bit more damage. Let's see the wand. Oh, that's going to undo a lot of it. So Exotic Deer should be able to look through this, and he's going to be able to get the root on the Witch Doctor, guaranteeing a turnaround kill. Exotic Deer just a little lucky there. Managed to get himself a free kill off of a gank on him.
I wouldn't say that was lucky. He was so fast about the Savage Roar.
Fear? Yeah, the Savage Roar he threw down so fast.
That was really good timing, because as soon as the roll comes in, it comes in from behind him, but Kaka, before he can get the kick off, and I think if he gets the kick, maybe there's a kill set up there, but they just didn't have quite enough control for him.
You think he wanted to kick the Lone Druid towards the team rather than getting a boulder kick?
I think both options are okay there, just because you need the control factor. He doesn't have boots, so even the Storm can get on top of that, but as soon as the Savage Roar hits, the kill opportunity is pretty much lost, and SCCC checking the bottom rune area.
6-minute runes coming up.
Regen? Oh,
and
good enough.
Jeez. They are going to be able to catch Katsor here. Maybe that can get him as level 6. Maledict's going to do a good amount of damage, and SCC will ensure it with a couple more auto attacks.
Yeah. Not quite level 6 yet, though.
Elisash does manage to push SCCZ back, but because they got an Invis rune rather than the regen Will was hoping for, he is going to be able to live. Now he pops himself out. The Savage Roar does go down, but they're still able to get the Beastmaster kill pretty easily. 2 kills going the way of Newbee here as they group up towards that bottom rune. Kinguin not able to contest very well.
Yeah, and right now Weaver off to a very good start. But of course, the core matchup is still very positive for Kinguin. And it's kind of similar to the last game where even if you have this minor net worth advantage on either side, it won't matter too much because you're still an anti-mage.
And they've got the level 6 in the Storm Spirit, so they should have enough damage here. They're going to be able to get the double stuns with the kick. Exotic Deer doesn't even have the Savage Roar up from that earlier engagement, so great gank for Newbee and beginning to get the Storm Spirit a bit of a lead here. Sitting at 3,300 net worth. It's the Weaver who's so far ahead at 4K already. How's Mugi doing it?
He's gotten a lot of kills and he's hit a lot of creeps.
Guess so, and he's about to take a tower too.
Yeah. He's trying to force anybody else coming out of the way. He's even going to throw down the bugs, try to hit Rubik, but unable to do so. Just going to clear up this creep wave, keep his next wave alive, and we see Newbee already coming to secure this tower. They really want to be able to grab this one. It's going to be a very early safe lane tower for them.
They get the roll in on the Beastmaster. They had a super deep ward. He was just level 4, you know, it's just a Beastmaster trying to get whatever he can, hoping to be able to get level 6.
They know there's a ward there now.
Given that.
They have to know there's a ward.
Yeah, 100%. But
they pinged it twice, because you don't just make that rotation down there.
And also a roll in from that distance.
Who knows, man? Maybe he's just the best.
Yeah. So they'll get the tower on top of that.
They should be able to grab the D ward though, which is why I think they're still around this area because they want to protect it and make it annoying. Because you as a support don't want to just sit up here.
Yeah. And they're just not giving up on this Beastmaster. Well, they still have control of the ward. They know somebody's going to come and counter it. So it looks like they want to be able to try and gank whoever goes for it. Katsor has already laid down the sentry.
They want to protect this area.
And they're going to roll in, seeing if they can catch Katsor. Now, Elisash is making his way over. Katsor is going to try and go for the TP out, but the paralyzing cast is there just in time.
And that's really nice by them. The fact that they were able to protect that ward for so long and grab some kills after that. Like, they knew it was spotted. You have to assume, you know, when you blind roll onto that Beastmaster, you're going to reveal that position. But if you can protect it for a while and make it annoying, then you open up the other 2 lanes. Like, we see the Tidehunter finally start to pick up some farm. SCCC just continues to get this one-on-one matchup.
Elisash Playing deep in the trees here is going to be caught by SCC. Couldn't get the Cogs pushback on the SC, and that means he's right on top of the Clockwork. With all those remnants, pretty easy kill for him. Another great wrap there from Newbee. This support duo is just tearing things up. Really setting the pace for this game to the favor of Newbee, already up by over 3,000 gold.
That is a pretty significant advantage this early on, but with the Storm being 6, it's pretty hard for them to play right now. Neither of the supports do too much against him. The best supports that you want against Storm are these insta-lockdowns or silences that last for a bit.
All right, Blitz.
What's up?
Nobody else I can really talk to about this, so. Kaya versus Bloodstone first, Storm Spirit. How do you feel about the difference in item build?
Some people really like it, and I think the logic is just it allows you to farm faster.
Okay.
I am personally kind of still a Bloodstone purist, but I see the potential for it. It allows you to farm at a much faster pace, and it makes you less susceptible to anti-mage ganks.
It looks like he has better, like he comes online faster when it comes
Oh,
for
wow,
no, making a jumper regen, he immediately gets caught. What a setup there, but a really good silence kick coming out from our Earth Spirit. Now the Storm Spirit is still going to be caught inside all this, but maybe Mugi can rectify things by being able to kill everyone in supports. Peytos is also low, Elisa's Maldic on him, they are all dead. Mugi's going to be able to pick up the triple kill, and Exotic Gear does get a fear onto him, but the Weaver, Mugi is able to pop that time lapse. Not even trying to go for Exotic Deer in the back line, he's just trying to get more damage on that bear. Triple kill for Newbee. That trap on the Storm Spirit, not really worth it.
It was such a cool trap, though. You can't resist that.
You saw him, too. He made the full commitment for the mana.
He was trying not to be greedy by doing that. He's like, I need to grab this regen immediately, commits the full mana pool, and he had nothing left. Empty bottle regen on Storm, best friend.
Yeah.
But now they're going to be able to go for this mid tower. Kaka's got the back angle. They don't see the Rubik, but they're going to now.
Immediately silenced up right as he tries to pop out, go for the telekinesis. Not going to have an opportunity to pop the Shikuchi. 12-5. Newbee. We definitely would look at this lineup and say they've got to take control of the game early, and boy, they sure have.
We see the replay right here, and
what a great kick from Kaka. That sets up Faith to be able to come in with the Paralyzing Cask into the Maledict on 2. And it's just free kills all around for Mugi. Dude's gigantic. Look at him. He's got 7K. He's going to go for Exotic Deer immediately, and they're going to be able to kill him a little bit too quickly. Jesus. Couldn't even straight TP out. Now, Elisash is going to be caught as well here. Look at that mana burn. Plus the high damage coming out from Mugi. Fortunately, the Cogs does manage to stall up Mugi's pursuit here. The Maledict's out there, but Elisash doesn't really have anywhere to run to. He's just got to try and hide in the trees. Hope Mugi doesn't find him for a time. It looks like he may have just been successful. Pops the Cogs, TP's out. Mugi's going to run into it, realizing it's too late to be able to find the victim.
The damage from this Weaver and his 12-minute treads Diffusal Blade is unbelievable.
Yeah. He's doing, how much burn damage is that between the Diffusal Blade and the Mana Break, Mana Burn? Mana Break, no it is right, from the talent?
It's really significant, is what it is.
70 Mana Burn. What? No. Yeah, 70.
Yes.
I'm not crazy.
You're not crazy. 50 plus 20.
NA math right there.
We did it.
Yay!
I couldn't find the text, so that's my excuse.
I had to guess.
It was close. They're going to grab this bottom tower, though. That's just, I don't know. This Weaver's too hard to fight right now. Again, though, during this entire time, the good news for them is that the Anti-Mage has completed his Battle Fury at a very reasonable time with the treads. And the core matchup is still positive. Like, I'll keep repeating that because there's not a whole lot of other things to look for right now. Like, you're hoping that Nisha is able to carry you, because normally you should be able to. Like, the old AM would win this game. I don't know how the new one programs in, but this is still a very nice anti-mage game, if there's anything to be believed about AM left in this cruel world.
We haven't spoke too much about KP. He's kind of had an annoying life, but it's acceptable. He's gotten his farm, he's been burned out of mana multiple times, chased away from his lane constantly, but he has gotten a Soul Ring first, and then now has the Arcane Boots, just full on mana to make sure he's able to deal with the AM mana burn, but Rubik can't deal with Mugi, who is a hero hunting machine right now with the Diffusal Blade anytime he gets on top of somebody, besides maybe the AM. They are pretty much all going to be dying to him, especially once he has the Lincolns. They're going to be able to deal with the Beastmaster Primal Roar as well.
And it's really hard for the Rubik to play around.
Yeah.
Like, you try to break his Lincolns, you can't really, you got to go for one or the other, then you just die anyways, even if you lift him.
Yeah, as long as he gets the Swarm off before the attempted Telekinesis spell steal, then Rubik can't do anything.
Yeah, he's just going to die in half a second. Because when you get hit from the invis, you get double hit, you're already at like 300 health off of that. If you get passed through too, you just go down in like 2 seconds. Nisha's just trying to play aggressively though in this jungle area, but understandably, Newbee want to take every fight. They think they've got the strongest core in the game right now, and they'd be correct.
And so Kinguin just got to play an extreme version of split pushing and dodging fights. You can see them doing just that.
There's absolutely no way they can fight right now against the sweeper. He's too strong. But what you can do is continue to just scale. And they might
we're going to try and go for a kill here on KP. Now Nisha's going to jump inside of these cogs. KP holding on to the Ravage here, and it's just going to get popped by the ultimate. So feeling like he may not have escaped anyway. Better to keep the Ravage intact.
Yeah, and this is where the anti-mage now begins to get really farmed really fast. Like, we've made a lot of this Weaver's farm, but just check the levels between him and this AM.
Yeah, it's level 13 Weaver right now. Anti-mage, level 14. Just picked up the better farm. Still a net worth lead for the Weaver, but it's not by a whole lot.
Yeah, and they're pinging him right now. They know where he is.
So, I kind of feel like there's a lot of pressure on Newbee.
He's going to make the jump.
Long jump for Nisha, but he may have spotted that one out. They're still going to be able to get the grab and the silence as well. He doesn't have the man to be able to spell that one just yet. So Newbee's gank does come in at the right time. Boy, you could see the effect of that Kaya. A long jump like that, and he still had the mana to jump again and get a grab.
On top of that, he had the DD rune, which allows him to get that kill, even with just a single level to pull.
A golden thread.
And he desperately needs that Manta, so he can push even more aggressively and doesn't have to worry about the control offered by the Earth Spirit.
Yeah, his timing is still really solid, despite not having any of the towers.
He just doesn't move fast enough to be able to get a Cogs pushback on Newbee, so he's going to get pursued. Oh, Savage Roar. Mugi didn't actually get hit by the Savage Roar. He just chose not to pursue for that one.
That was really deep.
Yeah. Probably for the best, especially since they were coming in with a mech on Tidehunter. They should be able to take this tower for free. I can't see a world in which Kinguin contests the ravaged mech Tidehunter with Storm and Weaver being so big.
Yeah, the only reason why they were able to grab the Tide up in top was because he was far enough away from the tower.
Yeah.
They were pretty certain that he was dead as bottom lane.
Just gonna give up that mid-tier 2 in exchange for a tier 1 bottom lane.
Yeah. They've got to keep the split push presence alive, buy time for this anti-mage before Newbee just decides to 5-man up.
But Newbee have kind of countered that. Ooh, now we're going to have the TP in onto the shrine. Long jump in from Kaka is going to go for LD Sosh here. Now LD Sosh is going to turn, try and get the kill on Kaka in return, but SDC is able to finish him off before the kill goes down on the Earth Spirit. So able to heal up, finish off that tricky Centaur. But they were looking for a little bit more than just a Clockwork, right? Kinguin, they're very acceptable of trading these supports in exchange for just space for the Lone Druid and the Anti-Mage.
You're going to have to allow this Rubik and this Clockwork to die a lot to be successful in this game. Otherwise, Newbee will just group up if you don't show anybody shoving in the lanes. And they've got to be careful because somebody has to kind of make that suicidal investment. Somebody has to go down, shove out this bottom lane, and look at what Rubik's doing right now. Because he realizes, like, I'm going to die here a lot, but I have to do this.
Or he's going to be able to catch him. Telekinesis goes down, but he can't actually steal anything from the Storm that would be worth it. He had already popped the Remnants, so he wouldn't be able to get the zip away.
Yeah. And that's why he does
go for the Beastmaster here. Exotic Deer can help him out with the Savage Roar, maybe. There it goes. They turn around with the Primal Roar as well in the Weaver. Pursuit goes out. He's got a lot of bugs on him too. Mugi might be able to finish him off here. Tries to get it uphill, a couple of hits, one uphill miss, and no, he still managed to get it time lapse away to safety as well. Beastmaster, he's not getting much of anything either. 4,100 net worth for him. They're gonna go for Storms here with the pushback of the Cogs. He's gonna lose a lot of mana. Oh, look at that, a regen rune. Thank you, Ice Frog. I'll take that, and managed to stop LD Sasha's TP away as well. Punishment for daring to interfere with a Storm Spirit.
Yeah, Mugi's going absolutely nuts right now. Beyond godlike, just 18 minutes in, this guy is proving his worth.
but that's a lot of gold that Kinguin could get if they somehow find a way to be able to lock him down, and AM just finish him off real quickly. With that Manta closing in, they still have a chance.
I mean, how do you lock him down and the Storm, though, is my question. Like, it's a lot to have to do. It's not easy against these Linken's targets to play Beastmaster or Rubik, because you essentially have to let them jump you first, and they've got to get close enough where that they allow that to happen. But by that time, you're already dead normally.
Did you see this timing? He went straight for the Orchid, has it now, before the AM went for the Manta.
Yeah, this is similar to what mid one does, but this is what I was kind of complaining about early on, is the timing of it is still pretty rough.
Yeah.
Like, you get this Orchid, and it's fast. Because normally when you grab the Bloodstone first, you grab it around 24 minutes if you're quick. But look at the Anti-Mage's timing anyways.
Yeah.
He's 500 gold away from... his ultimate orb.
So reasonably, we may only be able to see one kill out of this Orchid on the AM.
Yeah, and that's the tough part of this matchup, is your timings are kind of countered by his timings.
Yeah.
If he can get one kill though and slow down the Battle Fury by like 2-3 minutes and they go for a Roshan, then it would be very worth it.
Yeah,
but he has to catch him here.
And doesn't look like they're going to be able to.
Yeah, so now he has a... Now, even with this quick investment into the Orchid, it's not nearly fast enough for this Anti-Mage.
Weaver is going to try and go for a Roshan here. They've got a lot of minus armor between the Bug and the Gush.
Yeah, this is the counter to the Anti-Mage. If you can get this early Aegis on the Storm Spirit, it doesn't mean as much.
And there's no way for Kinguin to be able to contest. They're actually rotating heroes to bottom lane right now. Maybe hoping to be able to bait out the Anti-Mage or something like that. But Newbee obviously, Elisage trying to go for it. Hoping for the big plays. Instead, just feeds a kill to Moogie. Beyond Godlike still. Aegis on the Storm. And
I think you just, you send one person mid, maybe the rest of you just go, or one person bottom and the rest of you just go mid and go Rex.
Yeah.
You can dive this.
Like, no one wants to be able to go for KP. Exotic here in the back line. They are going to make the long jump from SEC and catch him out. Big pickup to start this push high ground. And they may just be able to force him into a buyback, something that Lone Druid cannot afford right now. Yeah. They would leave him utterly itemless.
And KP is even going to have enough time to come here. Even without the Tidehunter, it's very hard for them to fight, because if the Anti-Mage commits to this engagement and he loses it, the game is just over.
Yeah.
And that's why, for Newbee, normally it's you grab the Aegis, then you grab all the other towers, you slow down the pace of the game, you farm out everywhere. But because they have this kind of lead and they know this Anti-Mage doesn't want to commit to the fight, it's very easy for them to just go for the high ground.
Oh, they don't have creeps though. Anti-Mage just cut the creep waves.
Very well done. He needs to do this. He can't just farm the jungle right now. He's got to take this risky farm. He's got to put Newbee on a timer right now. But with the Aegis up for quite some time, Newbee can just wait, reset things, allow the creep waves to come in. They pushed out the waves quite nicely during this time.
He's going straight for the BKB.
He needs to fight. Like his timings have to be faster. Normally you can afford to get away with things like
Yule Scepter into the kick. They're going to try and control him up. They actually went for the silence first. And the kick goes out as well, meaning Nisha is freely able to TP out. So close. If he had managed to kick just a little bit sooner. But Nisha able to react so quickly. And look at his team. They're going to follow him into this bottom lane.
Yeah, he's finally coming to take this fight. He can't allow them to just push.
Jump in from SEC. Elisage.
How do you start off this though?
Hook. Okay, there's a hook. Now the clock's pushed back. Allows them to be able to burn a lot of time into the Primal Roar. So that's going to be the Aegis, costing the Clockwork his life. But now Kinguin got to get out of here because there's too many members of Newbee. He's able to just blow up heroes. Nisha's actually trying to make his way back. Doesn't manage to barely get off the flank. But here comes SEC. He goes for more heroes. He's going to be able to catch the Beastmaster. Even if he couldn't find the AM who pops the shrine for himself. But Newbee was just able to get there too quickly.
Bear.
Now they're going to lose the Lone Druid Bear as well.
It's dead for 47
Nisha tries
seconds.
to cut the creep wave here, but he may still be caught. SEC actually blew a lot of his mana there. Very dangerous against Nisha. He's working his way around, but the backdoor protection is gone, and Moogie's found himself an opportunity to push through into mid lane.
Yeah, there's no bear alive for 30 seconds either. That bottom bear was huge. Now there's almost no chance that Kinguin defend this first set of racks. There's no Aegis on the side of Newbee, but look at the commitment they had to make just to burn the Aegis.
What's to stop Newbee, though, from going too?
I think they should. If you take 2 sets of racks against this anti-mage, it makes it very difficult for him to play the split push game.
Yeah.
And you simply don't care. You see right now, Nisha, he's trying to farm what he can, but it's a little bit too limited, and Newbee's just pressuring a little bit too hard.
They're just now getting the bear back up. Surely Kinguin have to be feeling like they can't give everything up here, especially with the Radiance now. So they may lose the tier 3. But are they going to fight over this second lane of racks?
So Linken's is popped on Storm. They're going to reset. They grabbed at least a tower, a full set of racks. KP hasn't, I don't think he's used Ravage quite yet.
No.
This game, but he hasn't had to. Like, the threat of it is enough right now for Kinguin to avoid these fights.
But the threat is going to be pretty well mitigated by the fact that we now have the BKB on Nisha. So we've bled away so many objectives for AM to reach his timing, and we're finally getting into AM can fight territory. It's not AM takes over the game just yet, but he can at least fight.
Yes. And, okay, so if this anti-mage wins a fight, then the game is kind of back on track. But with this BKB investment, if they don't win the fight, then it's kind of rough. And he needs more. I don't know. I kind of think he needs the Basher for the Storm Spirit or the Weaver. Like, they need more control right now on their team. That's what they lack very sorely.
He's looking at the Butterfly, but we'll see if he switches it up as time goes on. MKB all ready for the Weaver. Surely once he sees that MKB, he's not going to be going for the Butterfly anymore.
He's already preempting him.
Yeah.
He knows that the Solar Crest will eventually come on the Beastmaster too.
Yeah.
I think that newbies play even without the Aegis, and this is pretty rare, but because you don't want to miss out on your timing, and you want to continue to put the pressure on Kinguin, you skip the next Roshan entirely, you go for the second set of racks, and then you go for the Roshan. There's probably enough time to do both.
Seeing how Newbee are so strong, but we'll see how the BKB AM is able to contest.
This is going to be the huge
top lane push. This is going to be the one that gives Kinguin a hope at being able to tie out this series with Newbee and keep their hopes for a top 3, an early top 3 placing here at Perfect World. Nisha already down to half health.
Look at
as he
that
backs
damage.
himself away. They need a hard initiation for Nisha to be able to follow up, and they're just not getting the opportunity to do so against these Linkens. Now to get the primal roll out, Nisha jumps in, but a force staff already out. Hook shot, also another force staff goes down. He managed to get the back line. Nisha now starting to focus on KP, but he's already blown the Ravage. And Darker's going ham in the back line. There goes the Ravage out from Catsor. It's able to steal that one, gets a little bit of control out, but they're just keeping the AM out of the fight entirely. Now we silence up the rest of the team of Kinguin gone. They can focus down that AM easily. Newbee clean up 4 or 5 members of Kinguin, and they go for the buyback and they get a kill on a Tidehunter. That's not going to change a whole lot as Newbee continue to push forward, now trying to take down the AM the second time. Silence is going to be enough for the triple kill for SCC. Newbee, they just seem to be far too strong for Kinguin to be able to deal with. They get the 2-0. Move on to the upper bracket finals.
Man, the support duo in this game for Newbee was absurd. The amount of space that they created, when they created that bottom move, they shut down the Beastmaster so hard. They understood like he was their only initiation and their only stun. And so they said to themselves, we need to lock him down as much as possible, because we saw in every single fight, they didn't have enough control. You roar somebody, he gets 4-staffed out,